Good morning, Monarchs fans. We are here at Louisville again, Game 3 of the Louisville tournament, and this is the Middle Tennessee Monarchs versus the CEC. Actually, I don't know what CEC is called. Up first is Landon Trader. Monarchs took the first two games last night, and we have two more games here today. First pitch low and inside for ball one. Next pitch is outside for ball two. 2-0 on Landon. I'll get the lineups here for the Monarchs in just a minute. Next pitch in there for a high strike. So leading off is Landon. Batting second is going to be Caden Woodward. Next pitch. Landon lays off that one for strike two. 2-2 on Landon. Batting third today will be Connor Bean. Cleanup hitter Henry Wolf. Followed by Cameron Pelletier, Seth Fitchie, Tyler Holt, Sam Galbraith. Pitch is fouled, back out of play.
Heads up.
And Zach Privatera. Next pitch popped up, back out of play again.
Here we go, 2-3.
Still 2-2 on Landon. Swinging, fouls another one back. Next pitch, fouled back again. Landon stays alive. It's the CEC Cougars, I found out. So Middle Tennessee Monarchs versus the CEC Cougars. CEC is the local homeschool team here in the Louisville area. This tournament also has teams from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, Cincinnati, and obviously Middle Tennessee Monarchs. Landon drives one out to left field, drops in there for a base hit. So Landon does a good job fighting off a pitch till he finds one that he can hit. And now we've got a leadoff runner on first. Up to bat now, shortstop, Caden Woodward.
Here you go, 6.
Landon gets his lead at first base. First pitch in there for a strike. The left-handed batter is going to cause Landon to not take a very big lead here. Pitcher throws back to first. Landon back in safely. Pitcher comes set, fires home with it. Called strike. Not sure if it was on the swing or looked a little high. He must have said he went around. Landon takes a pretty decent sized lead again. Pitcher throws over, but he's back in safely. Pitcher comes set, comes home with it. Outside for a ball, ball one. 1-1. Excuse me, 1-2. Lennon takes one up the middle. Second base, over to first for the double play. Now coming up to bat for the Monarchs, senior number 13, Connor Bean.
Let's go, Bean.
Two down here in the top of the first. No score between the Middle Tennessee Monarchs and the CEC Cougars. Connor looks at the first pitch for a strike. Connor goes down low for another one, tips it, but strike two. 0-2 on Connor. Next pitch low for a ball, ball one. The 1-2 pitch. Connor drives, well, pops it up actually. The shortstop getting underneath it for out number 3. So Monarchs start off with a single, but end up going out essentially 1-2-3 on the double play. Going to the bottom of the first, no score. We want to thank our sponsors once again on this broadcast. Our primary sponsor for the year is Legendary Computers, Legendary Computers, home of the Forever Technology Plan and concierge computer sales. With Forever Technology Plan, you get a new computer every 3 years. They take care of all the data transfer and warranty, all for one low monthly fee, with prices starting as low as $30 a month. Stop by and see Mitch and find out why at Legendary Computers, you matter to us. First pitch in there for a called strike. On the mound today, Sam Galbraith. And in just a minute, I'll get the rest of the defensive lineup here for the Monarchs. Second pitch high and outside for ball one. 1-1. Pitch is fouled out of play for strike 2. Behind the plate today is Zach Privatera. First base, Tyler Holt. Landon Schrader at second. Caden Woodward at short. Seth Fetchy at third. Sam comes set. Little chopper foul. Stays alive. Still 1-2. And in the outfield, right field Connor Bean, center field Henry Wolf, and in left field Cameron Pelletier. Line drive out to right field, over the leaping Connor Bean. Runner comes in, second base for a double. Connor tried to reach that one, but it just got up over his head and rolled behind him. So the Cougars have the leadoff batter here on in the bottom of the first. Sam checks the runner back at second, comes home. Just a little bit outside for ball one. Sam checking the runner back at second, comes home. In there for a strike. Next pitch, liner past second baseman into right field. Connor comes up. A little bit offline. Going back to second base. Gets the runner at second. Trying to make it from second to first. But the single allows the Cougars to score one run.
Ready to play defense. Good job.
Number 16, David Sebastio.
One out here in the bottom of the first. Bases are cleared. And the Cougars are leading the Monarchs 1-0. Swinging strike one. Next pitch off of Sam's foot. Seth picks it up, fires at the first, not in time. That pitch went right off of Sam's foot. He's probably going to take a little break here, see if he's okay. Okay, Sam took that one off his foot, but he appears to be okay. Runner takes the lead at first. Ground ball to the left side. Scoops it up to second. Over to first. Nope, doesn't make the throw. Not in time. But 2 outs here now in the bottom of the first.
Catcher, number 4, Jaden Cockrell.
Ball was a little bit too slow for the double play. Sam checks the runner at first. Comes home. First pitch inside for ball 1. Grounder, the shortstop. Caden makes the stop, but isn't able to make the transfer.
Up next, extra hitter, number 10, Steve.
Let's see how we're going to score that. I'm guessing that's going to be a hit. Caden had to go way to his right and to make that play. I'm not sure he could have gotten him at first. Nope, they're calling it an error on the shortstop. So runners at first and second, 2 outs.
14, Ethan Schreiber.
Two runners on, 2 out here in the bottom of the first. Batter calls timeout. Steps away.
Here we go, Monarchs. One more.
He steps back in. Sam gets a sign from the catcher. Swinging, strike 1. Beautiful day here in Louisville, a little bit on the chilly side, but sun's out, keeping everything kind of warm. Sam checks the runner back at second, comes home. Low, ball 1, 1-1.
Come on, Monarchs.
Sam steps off. Pretty big lead by the runner at second. Landon slides over, but now goes back. Next pitch just misses for ball 2, 2-1.
Here we go, 7-0.
High and inside for ball 3, 3-1. Just a little bit outside and high for ball 4. So bases are loaded now. 2 outs.
Oliver Graves.
Defensively, third baseman's in a little bit, but everyone else at normal depth. First pitch low, ball 1. Sam comes set. Next pitch is in there for a high strike. 1-1. Monarchs trying to get out of jam here in the first, limit the damage to just 1 run. Cougars put some good hits and a couple walks. Inside, ball 2. 2-1.
Let's go, Sam. Here we go, 7-0.
Pitch fouled straight back for strike 2. 2-2 now. Oh, not sure what was wrong with that one, but he called it a ball. 3-2 now. So full count, 2 outs. The runners will break with the pitch. Sam shakes off the catcher. Now comes set. Steps off. Sam looks in again at Zach to get the sign.
One more.
Little ground ball foul down the first base line. So runners at every base. 3-2 count. Swinging strike 3. Sam gets him with a nice, I don't know if that was a slider or a breaking ball, but trailed low and away from the batter. Swing strike 3. So now going to the bottom, finished with the first. Monarchs down 1-0. And we're back here in the top of the second. Up to bat now, center fielder number 41, Henry Wolf. First pitch swinging, strike 1. Henry swings on the next one. Strike 2. 0-2 now on Henry.
Here we go, 4-1. You got this. Go, Henry.
Swinging strike 3. Henry goes down on strikes. Up to bat next, number 32, Cameron Pelletier. First pitch, swinging strike 1. Takes a little off that one. Cameron out in front of it for strike 2. 0-2 now on the batter.
Take a breath.
Drives one to the in between the gap between third and short for a base hit. Up to bat now, pitcher number 70, Sam Galbraith.
Number 70, Sam Galbraith.
Sam steps in with 1 out and a runner on first. Cameron has a decent sized lead over there. Oh, almost caught him leaning. But Cameron able to dive back in safely.
Now you're dirty.
Cameron gets another decent sized lead. Pitcher comes home. First pitch fouled straight back. Monarchs had a hit and run on that one. Cameron broke on the pitch. Sam fouled it off. On the bases today, coaching for the Monarchs at first base is assistant coach Terry Tarpley. Oh, it looks like they might have got Cameron in a pickle.
Come on, say hustle.
Going back and forth in between second and first. And Cameron is tagged out. So base is empty now. 0-1 count on Sam. I was saying that on the bases coaching, assistant coach Terry Tarpley, and giving the signs today from third base is assistant coach Mark Pelletier.
Come on, Monarchs.
Next pitch, low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 on Sam. Swinging strike 2, 1-2. Pitcher has a little bit of a breaking ball and it drops out there right at the end. Pitch bounces in, somehow misses hitting Sam. 2-2 now. Next pitch is outside for ball 3. 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Sam takes his base.
Up for the Monarchs, third baseman, Seth Fetchy.
Up to bat now for the Monarchs. I don't know if that came across. We've got an announcer here. We've got senior third baseman Seth Fetchy And going in as a courtesy runner for Sam, the pitcher, is number 17, senior Harrison Adelgren.
Running for the Monarchs, Allison.
Harrison's got a decent-sized lead. Almost got him leaning too, but Harrison dives back safely.
Here we go, 1-8.
Big lead now for Harrison. I'm going to have to adjust the zoom on my... He's going back again. Zoom out here a little bit so I can keep Harrison in frame as he takes a bigger lead. Another throw over to first base. Harrison dives back in. Another big lead by Harrison. See if the... Seth looked like he was squaring the bunt. Harrison took off on the pitch. Bounces in there. And Harrison is safe at second base. Got a little bit of a late jump and a good throw would have got him, but he was able to get in there a little bit of a bad throw by the catcher. 1-0 on the batter. Runner at second. Pitch called for a strike. Strike one. 1-1. Harrison is being held on second base by the second baseman. Pitch in there for strike two. 1-2 on Seth.
Go, Seth. We got 1-8.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a runner on second base. Pitcher whirls around. Doesn't make a throw at second. Pitcher steps off again. Harrison kind of dancing around out there. 1-2. Pitcher comes home with it. Seth just gets a piece of that one and fouls it off. Seth gets back in. Pitcher comes set. Comes home with it. Ball inside. The catcher couldn't find it, but Harrison's not able to advance. 2-2 now on the batter.
Commit, Seth.
Pitcher steps off again. This time makes the throw, but Harrison back in easily. Pitcher comes home. Swinging strike three. Gets him with a high outside pitch. Monarchs leave one on base. Going to the bottom of the second. Down 1-0. One of our other sponsors this year is Star Physical Therapy. Star Physical Therapy has 65 convenient locations throughout Tennessee. They specialize in spine, neck, and joint physical therapy, manual therapy, sports medicine, and industrial rehabilitation. In addition, many of the locations offer specialized physical therapy programs, including a cancer program that helps cancer patients recover the endurance, function, and strength that is often affected throughout cancer treatments. Thank you once again for your continued support, Star Physical Therapy. No defensive changes this inning for the Monarchs. Up to bat is the left fielder for the Cougars. First pitch high, ball one. Next pitch. Drops into the left field line. Cameron scoops it up, hits his cutoff man. The Cougars have the leadoff batter on again here in the second inning.
Number 6, Noah Bayline.
Runner on first, nobody out. Runner squares the bunt, or batter squares the bunt, goes. First baseman is not there to cover. They did not have the correct defense there. Something got messed up. Tyler came in to get the bunt, and Landon did not make it over to make the play. So Cougars threatening again here in the bottom of the second. 2 runners on, nobody out. Sam checks the runner at second. Comes home. Swinging, strike one. Monarchs have the first and third baseman in, trying to get the double play. Next pitch, squares around, pops it back for strike 2. 0-2 now on the batter. Tried to catch the Monarchs sleeping a little bit there. Sam steps off. Shakes off Zach. Now he has a sign. Comes set. Try to get him with a curveball. Just misses. 1-2. Next pitch, catch the corner for strike 3. Runner goes down on strikes. Batter goes down on strikes.
For CEC Cougars, shortstop number 3, Trent Hartley.
Back to the top of the lineup now for the Cougars. Their shortstop, who's 1 for 1 for the day with the run scored. 1 out, runners on first and second. Defensively, they still stay in at the corners. Batter calls time, steps out. Coach Heldman calls timeout to go talk to his pitcher. All right, the conference to the mound is over. It looked like Coach Heldman wanted to talk to Sam, but also make sure the defense knew their assignments here in case the batter squares around a bunt. First pitch in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, Zach. 1-0 on the batter. Next pitch misses inside for ball 2. 2-0. Sam comes set again. Misses this one, bounces off the backstop, but runners advance. So runners now on second and third. 1 out. 3-0 count on the batter. This kid is really in tight on the plate. He is almost standing on it with his right foot. Next pitch high for ball 4. So bases loaded now, 1 out.
Up next for the Cougars, second baseman, number 8, Sawyer Dibble.
Their second baseman's up. Also 1 for 1 and did the RBI that scored the first run. Monarchs looking to head off the run at home. First pitch popped up, foul territory.
Come on, get under it, get under it. Come on, Tyler.
Just out of play though. Tyler tried to reach for it but couldn't quite get it.
So close, 7. Good job. Way to reach.
Wind pushed it just a little bit out of play. Tyler reached over the fence but couldn't quite get hold of it. Batter calls time, steps out of the box. Next pitch, ground ball to the third baseman, back to home for 1, over to first for the double play. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. Thought he had it, but the throw was a little bit in the dirt, but they got the out at home. So 2 outs, bases stay loaded.
All right, Monarchs. David. One more. Let's do it.
Come on down, 1-6.
For number 16, their center fielder, who's also 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch in the dirt, gets away, but the runner did not advance. Zach hurried after it. Sam was covering, but nobody advanced. One and 0 on the batter. Next pitch inside for ball 2. 2-0. Ground ball right back to Sam. Gets away from him. He tried to knock it down, but it rolled just away from him. Allows the run to come in. It was a hard shot that Sam tried to knock down. And then it just kind of died in that no man's land between the pitcher and second baseman. So run scorers for the Cougars now lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Base is still loaded. First pitch, ball. With 2 outs, the infield's back at normal depth. Next pitch, Zach fires down to third. Tried to get the runner sleeping, but he's back in there easily. 2-0 on the batter. Next pitch popped up. Out of play. Two and one. Sam comes set. Fires it home. Ball gets away from... Oh, the ball hit him. Must have come off his foot. Cougars now lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Base is still loaded. I still don't like.
The only thing you can do is...
First pitch actually gets behind him. The runner's coming home. Zach's able to get to it.
All right, Monarchs! Here we go, defense! Take it out!
4-0 now. Coach Tarpley's walking out. Talk to the pitcher and the rest of the infield. And we're going to have a pitching change here. So we'll take a break and come back to you here in a minute and tell you about the new pitcher. Now pitching for the Monarchs, number 30, David Kennedy. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. 1-0 count on the batter. First pitch in there for a strike.
Go, Monarchs.
Next pitch a little low for a ball. Ball 2, 2-1. Next pitch just outside and a little low. Ball 3, 3-1. Ball 4. Bases loaded once again.
Extra hitter number 10, Stephen Walter.
In and out, guys. Steve Bud. Steve Bud. No.
David looks in. Fly ball out to left field. Drops in no man's land between the... And that's going to score 2 on the single.
Up for the Cougars, right fielder number
Monarchs now down 6-0 here in the bottom of the second. Runners on first and second, 2 outs.
Let's go, Monarchs.
First pitch in low for a ball. Next pitch is outside for ball 2, 2-0 on the batter. Next pitch in there for a high strike. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Come on, 1-8.
Pitch gets behind the batter, gets away from Zach, and then runners advance. 3 balls, 1 strike. So we have runners now on second and third. Next pitch gets away from him for ball 4 and allows a run to score.
Up for the Cougars, left fielder number 1, Hayden Williams.
Cougars now leading 7-0 here in the bottom of the second. Runners on the corners.
Got this 3-0.
First pitch low for a ball. Zach fakes the throw down to second. Looks the runner back at third, but nothing going on. So runners now on second and third. Still 2 outs. Ground ball over to the second baseman, throws to Tyler. Tyler grabs the high throw and brings it back down for out number 3. But the Cougars put 6 runs on the board here in the bottom of the second. Going to the top of the third, Monarchs are down 7-3. Up to bat here in the top of the third for the Monarchs. First baseman Tyler Holt. First pitch in there for a strike. Tyler looks at a pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1. Next pitch low and outside for ball 2. 2-1 on Tyler. Swinging, strike 2. 2-2 now. Oh, excuse me, 3-2. I missed a ball in there. Tyler goes down swinging. Nope. Oh, okay. I must have called one of the balls of strikes. Excuse me. That's now we're at 3-2. And he goes down swinging. Strike 3. Up to bat now, number 9, Rodney Bakken. First pitch called strike. Rodney drives one into the gap, but they were playing short, and the right fielder comes over for the out. 2 outs now in the top of the third. Up to bat now.
Second baseman, number 23, Landon Schroeder.
Back to the top of the lineup. Second baseman Landon Schrader.
Get us going.
I'll get it right. Landon is 1 for 1 for the day. Takes first pitch for a strike. Next pitch outside for ball 1. Drives one to left side, drifting out of play.
Go 2-3.
Landon takes one, drives it straight back.
Go ahead, Peter. Get him, buddy.
Sorry. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Landon. And it pops one up on the right hand side, just out of reach of the first baseman. Count stays 1-2. Landon fouls another one back, stays alive. Next pitch is high for a ball. 2-2.
Go get him. 23, we can go on 2.
Inside, ball 3.
Good eye. Go 2-3.
Full count on Landon. Fouls it one straight down. Looks like it might have got a piece of the catcher. Stays alive. Good at bat for Landon. And we'll do it again. 3-2. Landon takes one, drives it to center. Center fielder's under it, calls it off, and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Monarchs go down in order here in the top of the 3rd. Going to the bottom of the 3rd, down 7-0. And we're back in the bottom of the third. Monarchs down 3-0. No defensive changes for the Monarchs. David Kennedy still on the mound. First pitch, fouled off for strike one. Next pitch driven to center field. Henry's right underneath it, barely had to move for out number one. Yeah.
Designated hitter.
Batter squares around, bunts it into no man's land. Nice bunt. Good bunt for a hit.
Up for the Cougars, shortstop number 3, Trent Hartley.
Monarchs weren't prepared defensively for that. And he kind of did a drag bunt down the first base line. Monarchs weren't able to get it, and so we've got a runner on first and one out.
Come on now.
David comes set, looks his runner back a few times, comes home with it, squares around a bunt. Zach tried to grab it, couldn't quite get a handle on it. And so now we got a runner at second base. One out. Second base camera zoomed in pretty far. That's why it's a little bit on the grainy side. Next pitch is up and high for ball 2. Next pitch, fly ball to center field. Henry's running after it, gets underneath it, but the ball bounces off his glove. So he reaches on an error. Runners on first and second. One out here in the bottom of the third. Tyler playing in front of the runner at first. First pitch inside for ball 1. Next pitch, grounder to the shortstop. Slow roll over to first base, up the line a bit, and the runner's safe. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. So the last 2 runners have gotten on by errors. Base is loaded now. Number 16 is 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. First pitch, chopper to third baseman, fires it home for the 1, over to first for 2. And the Monarchs get out of a jam here in the bottom of the third. No runs come across. Oh, we're having a discussion here on saying they're calling defensive interference on the first baseman for some reason. He had to cross over to get the ball, and they're saying that was defensive interference. Coach Hellman's out there arguing, saying he had to reach across to get the ball. What was he supposed to do? Let it go out into the outfield? Don't know that this is an argument he's going to win. But the runner's out at home. They're calling him safe at first for defensive interference, I believe. Once again, I'm not sure what else he could have done there. The throw had to come across to get it. All right, so base is still loaded, 2 outs now. First pitch fouled straight back. Next pitch is popped back. Actually, it's in foul ground over on the left side. Seth underneath it, stays with it for out number 3. So no harm done. Monarchs still get out of the jam. No runs. Going to the top of the 4th. Monarchs down, still by a score of 7-0. Up to bat now for the Monarchs in the top of the 4th is shortstop Caden Woodward. First pitch high, ball 1. Next pitch inside for ball 2. Next pitch is fouled back, out of play. 1-2. Excuse me, 2-1. Next pitch is popped up to the right fielder. drifts over to his right, makes the catch for out number 1. Up to bat now, senior right fielder number 13, Connor Bean. First pitch is the ball. Next pitch is popped up to the second baseman, who makes it for out number 2. Up to bat now for the Monarchs, center fielder Henry Wolf. First pitch in there for a called strike. Henry takes the next one, drives it back up right past the pitcher for a single. So we now have a runner on first, 2 outs. Coming up to bat, left fielder Cameron Pelletier. Throw first, Cameron dives back in safely. Excuse me, Henry. Pitcher comes home. First pitch, high and outside for ball 1. Henry takes the lead again. Next pitch is outside for ball 2. 2-0 on Cameron. Cameron is 1 for 1 of the day and then was caught stealing going from first to second. Next pitch fouled back. 2-1 now on Cameron. Henry takes his lead again. Cameron drives it right at the second baseman, who flips over the shortstop for out number 3. Monarchs get 1 hit, but no runs, going to the bottom of the 4th, still losing 7-0. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Hydroflow Pumps. Hydroflow Pumps manufactures, assembles, and delivers the most dependable, purpose-engineered pumps on the market, including all stainless steel, zero-lead turbine pumps. They serve the agricultural, commercial, and municipal markets, plus specialized markets such as mine dewatering and nuclear plant cooling towers. Thank you once again for your continued support. We'd also like to thank Hobbs & Sons Garage. Hobbs & Sons Honest, dependable, and reliable car care, located at 1378 South Mount Juliet Road in Mount Juliet, and serving all of Middle Tennessee. Hobbs & Sons Garage for all of your car care needs. Here in the bottom of the second, Monarchs down 7-0. Their catcher number 4 is up to bat. No defensive changes for the Monarchs. David Kennedy still on the mound. First pitch inside, ball 1. Next pitch in there for a called strike. 1-1 on the batter. Next pitch inside, ball 2. 2-0. Swinging, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter. Next pitch a little low. Gets away from Zach. Full count now. Actually, I think we do have some defensive changes. Looks like we got a new center fielder out there. I can't tell who it is. Next pitch low for ball 4. Cougars have the leadoff batter on again.
Number 10, Stephen Walter.
Go, Steve-O.
We're going to have a courtesy runner there at first base. Looks like we made some changes in the outfield. I'm trying to see who is in center and in right now. I can't see. First pitch down low. Runner goes to second base. Ball gets past both the second baseman and the shortstop, but picked up by the center fielder. Looks like that might be Ethan. Yes, that's Ethan Willis in center. One and 0 count on the batter, runner at second. Next pitch a little low for ball 2. 2-0. David looks the runner back at second base, comes home. Pitch must have been a little bit inside. Ball 3, 3-0. Ball 4. Walks him on 4 straight pitches.
Up for CEC Cougars,
Runners now at first and second
Oliver Graves.
with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch swinging, strike 1. Line drive to the center fielder. Ethan running in on it, makes the catch, throws it to second, doubles him off. And just like that, Monarchs have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Coming off the bat, looked like that ball might drop in, but Ethan got underneath it, made a good running catch, threw it to second base to double up the batter. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th, a runner on first base. First pitch inside, a little low for ball 1. Next pitch, it was a hit and run, but the ball ripped down the right field line foul. I believe that William Field replaced Connor Bean in right field. David looks the runner back at first, not a very big lead. Steps off the rubber and the runner scrambles back to first. Pitch is fouled back, out of play. Oh, actually it bounced off the netting, back into play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter, 2 outs, runner on first base. Line drive right at Caden. He was moving over to take the throw for the runner going, and the ball was hit right to him for out number 3. So no runs scored for the Cougars in the bottom of the 4th, going to the top of the 5th. Monarchs still down 7-0. Monarchs wish to thank Patriot Irrigation and Lighting for their sponsorship. Patriot Irrigation Lighting offers many varieties of services to help you maintain and beautify your property. An irrigation system could simplify your life, giving you more time for friends and family or to get other jobs done. In today's busy times, we all need help, all the help we can get. Patriot has been in the irrigation business since 1995 and is dedicated to providing the best service available in the Middle Tennessee area. Monarchs also wish to thank Beppy's Bow and Bow Boutique. Kelly Duke, grandmother of 19, and also a great grandmother, has been sewing all of her life and loves to make children's clothing. Kelly says, "I specifically love lace, ribbons, ruffles, and bows. The thrill of seeing a child feels good about themselves because they are wearing a nice outfit makes my heart sing." Thank you, Beppy's, for your continued support. Up to bat, pitcher number 30, David Kennedy. Swinging, strike 1. 0-2 now on David. Another swing. Just misses outside for ball 1. 1-2. Called strike 3 on David. He goes down looking. 1 out in the top of the 5th. And we have pinch hitter coming in, number 22, Caleb Fouth. First pitch, little looping fly ball to the right fielder, over to his left for out number 2.
Here we go, Tyler, up the yellow again, fellow.
Now coming up to bat, first baseman number 7, Tyler Holt.
Number 7, first baseman, Tyler Holt.
Make a tree grind.
Tyler holds off the first pitch, high and outside for ball 1. Next pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 on Tyler. Tyler takes next one, drives it just foul down the third base line. One and 2 on Tyler. Swinging strike 3. Monarchs go down in order in the 5th. Going to the bottom of the 5th, still down 7-0. We got a couple defensive changes for the Monarchs here in the bottom of the 5th. Caleb Fouth, who pinch hit in the top of the 5th, comes in to replace Seth Fetchie at third base. And looking around, that might be the only defensive change that I see. Yeah, I think everything else stays the same.
Cougars, number 6, Noah Bayline.
First pitch just misses, ball one. Second pitch is high for ball two. 2-0. Drives that one foul down the right field line, out of play. Two balls, one strike on the batter. Inside. Ball three. 3-1. Low. Well, yeah, low, ball four. The batter takes his base. So once again, I think this is the fifth inning in a row that the Cougars have had the leadoff on first base. Very small lead by the runner. Squares to bunt, offers at it for strike one. Squares around again, pops it straight up. Zach dives for it. Oh, bounces off his glove. Zach thought that was going a little farther back. Had to try to make a quick adjustment. Wasn't able to do it. 0-2 on the batter. David checks the runner at first. Comes home with it. That one bounces in there for ball one. Swinging strike three for out number one. Back to the top of the lineup for the Cougars. Small lead by the runner at first. First pitch is high for ball one. Next pitch, I guess I was low for ball two. 2-0.
Monarchs.
High, ball three. 3-0. In there for a called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first base. Next pitch is popped up. Short right field. William comes in, makes the catch for out number 2. Second baseman number 8 is up. He is 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI and a run scored. Swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Next pitch inside, ball 1-1. Ground ball in between short and third. Shortstop comes up with it, tries to make the throw over to first, but a little late. He had to go to his right, a little bit deep, and the batter was able to beat the throw.
Number 16, David Sebastio.
David!
Come on, David. Here we go, D. One more.
So now we have runners on first and second, 2 outs. Swinging pop up to left field. Cameron Pelletier settles under it. Misses the ball. Looks like the wind played with it a little bit and run scores. With 2 outs, the runners were going on the crack of the bat. Cameron couldn't quite keep track of that ball, and it went over his glove.
Baseman number 7, Mike Lynch.
Cougars now leading 8-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners on second and third, 2 out. Another pop-up, this time to shallow left field. Shortstop goes back, and it bounces out of his glove, and 2 runs come across. Looked like Caden had settled under it. But the ball was dropped. And that is a 10-run rule, so that's going to end our game here. Let me get the totals on the day here. Obviously not a good showing for the Monarchs. Final score is Cougars 8, Monarchs nothing. For the Monarchs, no runs on 3 hits and I believe it's 6 errors. For the CEC Cougars, 8 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Our next game will be at 3:45 Central, right here at the same field against Cincinnati. Hope to see you then.